Honorable Presiding Officer, there is a massive concern that I have. Very recently, I spoke in Parliament. I spoke in Parliament about China not willing to restructure the debt within this country. Now, there is a serious concern, Honorable
Member, you have 3 minutes.
Honorable Member, I have 4 minutes because anyway. Now, there is a serious concern because I was exercising the sovereignty of our people within this house, in this assembly. The sovereignty of the people of this country. Now, it's a very serious matter that the Chinese embassy's Twitter handle is commenting on matters that relate to this country's sovereignty. In this chamber, in this house, when I speak, I am speaking on behalf of the people of Sri Lanka. I'm not speaking on behalf of any embassy or any other country per se. But the Chinese embassy repeatedly tagging me on Twitter, is a serious concern about this country's sovereignty. What does the Chinese embassy have to do with matters that are discussed within this chamber? I have the privilege to speak in this house. What is the Chinese embassy's business to speak inside, take my comments and speak about them on Twitter? Now, if you want a war, if you want a Twitter war, China embassy page, I am ready for a Twitter war, but I just don't have time. But I only said that point because I want this country to prosper and I want the IMF negotiations to go through, which is a primary concern right now. All I said was help with the debt restructuring process. But in return, what have you done? You're continuously tagging me on Twitter. So if that's the warpath that you want to take with me, I would like to raise a few more things right here, which I did not say the other day. I would like to say a few more things. China's economy is 20 trillion. That is 20,000 billion, if I am not mistaken. 20 trillion is 20,000 billion. So out of the 20 trillion, 20,000 billion, all that Sri Lanka owes China in total, 3 billion to the China Development Bank and 4.3 billion to the China Exim Bank. So altogether, what the country owes China is 7.4 billion. So out of 20,000 billion, I know you may have concerns about your Belt and Road Initiative, where you have lent to other countries, they will also ask you to restructure. That is not our problem. I am talking on behalf of 22 million people of this country. When you lent money to this country, you knew the economy was collapsing. But you still went ahead and gave money just to get Sri Lanka caught in this Chinese debt trap. So if you did this knowingly, you had information. I mean, you're not stupid. You have economy of 20 trillion. You think you're stupid to come and lend money to a country where the economy is crashing. You knew this. So right now, why can't you help the people of Sri Lanka and, write this off? Write it off. At least right now what we are asking is to restructure this, to reschedule these loans. අපි මේ චීනෙන් ඉල්ලන්නේ අපි මේ චීනය කියන්නේ ඩොලර් ට්‍රිලියන 20ක ඉකොනොමියක් තියෙන රටක්. අපි රටක් වශයෙන් අපි ඒගොල්ලන්ට ණය වෙලා තියෙන්නේ බිලියන 7.4ක්. මේ ට්‍රිලියන 20ක් තියෙන බිලියන 20000ක් තියෙන චීනය ඇත්තටම ලංකාවේ යාළුවා නම් මේ අපි ඩීසල් ලීටර් මිලියන 9ක් දෙනවා හාල් ලක්ෂ කිලෝ 5ක් දෙනවනේ ඕව නෙවෙයි ඇත්ත උදව් කියන්නේ. එක්කෝ මේ ණය මුළුමනින්ම කපා හරින්න. අපි ණය මුළුමනින්ම කපා හරින්න නැත්නම් අපි මේ ප්‍රතිව්‍යුහගත කරන්න කියලා ඉල්ලන්නේ. ඒකට හරි උදව් කරන්න.
ගරු මන්ත්‍රී කාලය අවසන්
කරනවා. මම අවසන් කරනවා. අවසාන වශයෙන් කියන්නේ as Sri Lankans 22 million people we might be divided on ethnicity and religion and all that, but when it comes to Sri Lanka we will all unite together. As 22 million Sri Lankans we will unite together. That's what we did. Gota go home was something that all Sri Lanka united to do. But if the Chinese embassy and the Chinese government continuously not work towards the benefit of the Sri Lankan people, if the Chinese government and the embassy don't look after the interests of the people by restructuring this debt, I would like to warn the Chinese, there will be a China go home soon and I will lead it. මේ රටේ මම චීන රජයටයි චීන එම්බසිකටයි කියන්නේ මිලියන 22ක් ශ්‍රී ලාංකීය ජනතාව අපි අපේ ජාති ආගම් අනුව අපි වෙනස් වෙලා ඉන්න පුළුවන් අපි බෙදිලා ඉන්න පුළුවන් හැබැයි අවසන් කරනවා හැබැයි මිලියන 22ක් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ජනතාවගේ අනාගතය වෙනුවෙන් අපි සියලු දෙනාම ජාති ආගම් ભેද වලින් තොරව go home ගෝට කියලා අපි එකතු වුණා වගේ චයිනා go home කියලා එකතු වෙනතට අපි තල්ලු ගන්න එපා කියලා මම කියලා මගේ කතාව අවසන් කරා බොහොම ස්තුතියි.
While I respect the views of the Honourable Member of Parliament, and while he has all the right to express his view, I don't think we should take a position as such to say that we will lead or somebody will lead a China go home. We have to work with all countries.
It's not a-
Honourable
not a
member,
point of
I
order,
agree
not
with-
point of order.
I agree with you that we need to work with the Chinese and the
Point of,
Indians.
not a point of order. Not a point of order.
All what I'm saying is, honourable member, let us work together. But I don't think we should be so harsh. So let's work a solution. Let's work a solution.
okay.
That's all.
නම කියවුනේ එතුමා ඔබතුමාගේ නම සඳහන් කරේ නැහැ.
ඔබතුමාගේ
එතුමාගේ අදහස පළ කරේ.
මේක රටේ ජනතාව බලන් ඉන්නවා විනාඩියක් දෙන්න මේක බරපතල කතාවක් එතුමා
නෑ
කිව්වේ.
ඔබතුමා විවාදයකට යන්න එපා. කාලය සීමිතයි.
විවාදයක් නෑ
ඔබතුමා
මේ වෙලාව දෙන්න විනාඩිය මම විනාඩියයි
ඔබතුමාට වැඩිපුරත් එක විනාඩියක් දීලා තියෙනවා. ඔබතුමාට කාලය ඉක්ම ගෙදර ඔබතුමාගේ නම සඳහන් කරේ නැහැ. ඒක පොයින්ට් ඔෆ් ඕඩර් එකක් නෙවෙයි.
Our Honorable Harsha De Silva commented on a speech that was just made by my colleague.
But to speak the name.
So you allowed him. You allowed him to say that. It's on record. You can't allow one member to comment on a speech of another member in the opposition. That is Dr. Harsha De Silva's opinion. That has no relevance. He should not comment. He should not comment on the propriety of a speech made by another member.
Then you
I want Dr. Harsha De Silva, please don't interfere with the expression of views by other members of parliament. You are not the minister.
Okay.
You are another member in the opposition.
No, my name was mentioned. My name was mentioned. Product in Shanakan, honorable member. Just I'll let you speak. Because my name was.
හර්ෂල් මැත්තමා විවාදයකට යන්න එපා. සනක රාජමාණික මැත්තමා ඔබතුමා
No, my name was mentioned.
සනක මැත්තමා
මම කිව්වා ඕන කෙනෙක්ට අයිතිය තියෙන ඕන කතාවක් කියන්න. මම එතුමාගේ අයිතිය පිළිබඳව නෙමෙයි කතා කරන්නේ. මම කතා කරන්නේ රටවල් දෙකක් අතර තියෙන සම්බන්ධතාවයක් පිළිබඳව. එච්චරයි. මම අයිතිය පිළිබඳව නෙමෙයි කතා කරන්නේ. එතුමාට අයිතිය තියෙනවා.
මොකද්ද point of order?
Point of order is it's totally out of order for honorable member to be commenting like this. That is totally out of order. That is the point of order that I'm raising.
Dr. Harsha, you're entitled to your opinion. Right, Honorable Harsha De Silva, you are entitled to your opinion. I express my views in this house. Now, the SJB or the JVP or the SLP or the SLFP might not want to get on the wrong side of China because you all probably want to come back into power, stay in power. But for us, we respect the country's citizens' values. අපි මේ රටේ ජනතාව වෙනුවෙන් කතා කරන්නේ සමගි ජන බලවේගද පොහොට්ටුවද ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ජනතාව විමුක්තිමනද ඕගලන්ගේ දේශපාලන අපිට නැහැ. රටේ ජනතාව වෙනුවෙන් මම කතා කරන්නේ.